Hi, how are you? My name is Houston and welcome back to another video. As I said in that last training vlog, no training video this week, but we are going to hop back into a little bit of gaming as I just discuss something that's been on my mind this week. And this thing being on my mind is part of the reason why I didn't have the time to be recording and to put together a training vlog video, but I do have time to make one of these. As with the previous gaming videos, one thing that I am enjoying right now is actually something that I have to show you on my computer. It's this site called same.energy. With the last two thumbnails that I've made for my training vlogs, I've really been enjoying getting back into the design process, just like overall graphic design. And one style that has really caught my eye lately is like what is called like new brutalism or just brutalism. And just to show you how this site works, this is the homepage here. You could go to people, bizarre. I mean, you could just scroll, whatever. But if you don't want to do that, you could say, okay, I really like this visual identity, basically. And I mean, you can't even see that, but it doesn't matter. So if you just copy that image, you come over here to the search bar, you can paste it, and it'll basically use that image and search the entire internet for things that are kind of similar to it in one way or another, whether it be the text or the overall like visual identity or the colors. And then any one of these, let's say, I don't know, let's say this Nike Air Max one, if you right click it, you can find the source for it here. And then you can also search using that image. So let's just do it on that one as well. If I left click it, then it's going to bring up more things that are similar to that new image that I have now found interest in. This has been immensely useful for me as I get back into graphic design and really just start understanding what it means to create good designs. There doesn't really seem to be a bunch of like AI bullshit on here, which is also nice. I think that this is one of those things that you really get out of it what you put into it. So it's really easy to just find a bunch of junk on here, but if you know how to curate your searches properly, then I think that it's a lot easier to really find the things that you can get proper inspiration from. I really hope you check this out if this is something that might interest you, whether you're an artist yourself or you just like curating things. Because to me, this is something like Pinterest, right? And you can save things. You see the save option right here, so you can have collections basically. There's an option up in the top right that's covered by my camera that will take you to your collections. I just think this is really cool. So I hope that the novelty of it doesn't wear out and I can continue to get some use out of it, because it does seem like it's a great platform. To my knowledge, it has not been plagued by a bunch of ads yet, but I'm sure that's coming at some point. My plan here is to speak on a topic that I have spoken about many times before. It's kind of hitting me really close right now, and I just feel like it might be worth speaking about again. And that is the topic of loss and really death. Okay, here we are on Arc Raiders. Don't expect anything spectacular from me on this. I'm mostly just using this as an opportunity to maybe complete a couple quests and, get my point across. I can't lie, I'm still really trying to figure out the ins and outs of this game, but I think we should be good to at least deploy. You might be like, dude, you didn't put enough stuff in your loadout. I don't care. I don't know what I'm doing. The way I want to start this out is with an all-time quote from the man Seneca. And it's that it's not that we have a short time to live, it's that we waste a lot of it. Now, you could interpret that quote on the surface level and think to yourself, oh, okay, well, yeah, obviously, man, we're always talking about wasting time. But to me, it brings up this Stoic meditation called the last time, or the overall Stoic saying of memento mori. And you may have noticed that I wear like a stack of necklaces, and this necklace right here, it has a skull on the front of it, and around the border of it, it says, whoa, 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 chill, chill.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good for.
All right. Peace and love. Anyway, it says Memento Mori, which basically just means remember you will die. On the back of that pendant, it also has my favorite quote from Meditations, which is waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. The Stoic meditation of the last time is this thing that you can do where you basically, a lot of people would do it in the morning. And so you wake up, sit on the edge of your bed, and you think to yourself, what if all of the things that I experienced today will be the last time that I experience them? Or you could even think back to the last time you say, let's say you snowboarded all the time as a kid, and now you just don't really snowboard that much. Or for me, it was like skateboarding. And I brought up this example before, and it's basically this idea that there will be a last time that you do everything. You never know when something will be the last time that you do it. Like the last time that I got on a skateboard, when I would do it just every single day, I did not realize that that would be the last time that I rode that board. Maybe if I was more aware of that, I would have been more appreciative of that hobby. It's hard to know, but there will also be a last time when you do everything. There will be a last time that you speak to your parents. There will be a last time you speak to your siblings, or a last time you wake up or go to work, or, you know, you get the point. And yeah, this is really tough stuff to think about. And it's hard to imagine that these things are going to happen to us. It's hard to imagine that, you know, we are all going to die, or the ones that we love are going to die. So all of us go through the motions day in and day out, and we don't know when it's going to be the last time that we do anything, no matter how exciting or mundane that thing might be. You hear it all the time, right? Like, hey, you know, tell the people you love that you love them, and you never know when it's going to be the last time you speak to them. But for some reason, it's really hard for a lot of us to actually absorb that and to actually act on it. What is it about the human condition that doesn't allow us to fully appreciate things until they're gone? The reason that one of the main reasons I'm bringing all this up is because I recently had a really bad health scare with my cat, Yami. And most people have seen Yami before. He's a black cat that I've had since he was like 4 months old. I rescued him, and he has been like my son for the past 7 years. At the end of my last training vlog, I mentioned that he had to go in for a cystotomy, and he's now back. You may have seen him in the background. He's got a little orange slice on as a cone of shame. He's currently sleeping at my feet right now. He's on some pain meds, and hopefully feeling a little bit better than he did yesterday. There was a point when we were in the emergency room where I really thought we were going to lose him. Anyone with a pet who has a similar relationship, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, it doesn't feel real. It feels like somebody is, I mean, playing a sick joke on you. You're telling me that I was cuddling up with my boy one night, and then, or the very same night earlier, and now I'm looking at him get scans done in the emergency room and finding out that he was probably just suffering this whole time, and he wasn't really showing it. That really is one of the most heartbreaking things imaginable. I'm literally just running around looting, so this is I mean, game looks nice though, you know. I'm just not doing anything. Move over, Death Stranding. There's a new walking simulator in town. Anyway, I was thinking that, yeah, man, this really sucks, because I wish, well, here's the thing actually, because I think about death all the time. I am always thinking about my own mortality and my loved one's mortality and just mortality in general. And even though I do that, and in those moments, it allows me to recenter and, you know, really appreciate the chin scratches that I'm giving Yami or our other cat, Akari. So I know what it feels like to think about this stuff and to constantly have it at your mind and allow yourself to appreciate things more because of it. And still, I thought to myself in those moments, wow, I really didn't appreciate Yami as much. And now I'm going to lose him. So will we ever get to the point where we can appreciate things enough where it's always going to suck to lose things and to lose people, right? The other thing that I've been thinking about is the fact that a loved one just got diagnosed with cancer. So these two things happening in the same week, not really that great. I'm not going to share all the details about it yet, and I don't know if I ever will. I mean, depending on what happens, we're not entirely sure how bad it is yet. It just doesn't seem good. But, you know, you hear the C word and it never seems good, right? I feel like I am still partially in a bit of a shock state. I have not fully absorbed the fact that this situation is actually real. Hello, would you like to escape together? I don't want to fight. We cool or what? I'm right here. I'm on top. Let's all be cool. It's fine. Everything's fine. Hey. Fucking asshole. I keep asking myself, like, what can I do to keep appreciating people? So much of this too is about control, right? And acceptance and realizing that so much is out of our control. And I know that I talk about that so much. I just have to keep reminding myself of it too, because most things are just out there, you know, like we give the minimal amount of input we can into those situations. And then we just have to let it go, not forget about it, but be someone who can at least try and be calm in the storm, right? How can I be someone who realizes that death is inevitable, but then you don't want to be someone who is emotionless in the face of those things? Like, how can one be calm about these things and not teeter over into the edge, or sorry, into the area of hysterics? There's another stoic practice called negative visualization, which is kind of like the last time. It's something that is good to do, like when you roll out of bed and you're sitting up in that position and you think, what are all the bad things that could happen today? Or another version of this is, imagine you died yesterday and you lost everything, and now you're sitting here, and yeah, you know, it might be a tough day at work, or you might have a lot of things to stress out about, but you're here and you didn't die yesterday. You didn't lose or leave behind all your loved ones. You get another chance at life. And all of this stuff, you know, they're all framing techniques. So I'm not saying that they will solve all your problems, and you shouldn't want to become like an emotionless droid, but there are ways to appreciate things before they're gone. And again, this is a reminder to myself too. Like, now that Yami is done with his surgery and he's recovering, I mean, I hope that there are no complications with the recovery process. And I hope that, you know, at the very least, he's only lived half of his life. I hope I get him for another 7 years. Or God, I hope I get him until he's like, I hope he fucking breaks the world record for the longest lived cat. But I know that he will be gone one day. At the very least, he's only lived half of his life. I hope I get him for another 7 years. Or God, I hope I get him until he's like, I hope he fucking breaks the world record for the longest lived cat. But I know that he will be gone one day. I could have lost him this past week, but now I get another chance with him. The beauty is that you don't need a disaster to strike in order, or like bad news to come at you in order to experience what I'm talking about. This video is like kind of a call to action to like myself and to others, because if I can try and communicate what I'm feeling due to the incident with Yami and my family member, like if I can communicate that and I can help somebody else, then I will feel like I have succeeded in what I'm trying to do, because I hope that thing or those things don't have to happen to you in order for you to take the steps towards appreciating those things and realizing, like Seneca said, that it's not that we have a short time to live. It's just that we waste so much of it. We waste so much of it worrying about things we don't control. We waste so much of it scrolling infinitely on these short form platforms. We waste so much of it worried about what other people are going to think of us. Like Marcus Aurelius said, it's interesting how man values himself more than any other, and yet he gives so much value to others' opinions on him. You can always waste more time, and you don't have to fully optimize your life either. But in those moments when you're with the people you love, or you're with your pets, or you're doing something you really love, every once in a while, try and take a moment to... I like to close my eyes in these moments. That's what really helps me. And I sit there and think, just for a second, I'm so lucky to be here. I'm so lucky to have this conversation with this person, or have the extra leisure time just to sit on the couch and enjoy a show with my girlfriend, or give my cat one extra pet on his head and just feel how soft his fur is, and to remember that feeling. Remember the feeling of the fur, or remember, the smell of a loved one. Use your senses for what they're made for, and remember those feelings and constantly remind yourself of them, because eventually there is going to be a last time for everything. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I am going to be thinking about this stuff. Well, I should be thinking about it all the time, which I try to do. That's why I have the necklace. But it's worth noting that you do not have all the time in the world, and to remember that is to use your time wisely. So I do want to say thank you again for the love on the training videos. I hope to return to those in the next week or two, and I will see you on the next one.